I've been waiting for you.
This could get messy.
Instead of finding the hero that is inside of you, you went down a dark path. If you're gonna kill me, do it.
Arrow, season finale, this Monday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
What is up, Vigilantes? Welcome to my Arrow Season 7 trailer breakdown for the finale, You Have Saved This City, episode 22. So, you know, as usual with these trailers, they don't show a whole bunch. Most of it seems to be in the same location in this trailer. I mean, for all we know, most of this episode could be set, in either of these couple of locations shown in the trailer. But this is crazy, guys. It's all led up to this moment with Emiko now. Will Oliver break through to her? Will he redeem her? Or is that too typical? Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, and this trailer breakdown might turn into a kind of a prediction-y video at the same time, just because, you know, I really don't know exactly where this is going to land. So I'm just going to say a couple of things in terms of, surely it's got to do this, surely it's got to do that, but I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions about what could go on as well, because it really could just go in a couple of different directions. But there is one thing for sure, is that Felicity and Oliver are going to end up at that cabin at some point, and, you know, where is Emiko? Where is Emiko in the future scenes? You know, is she going to die? Is it going to be, you know, kind of typical in that way, and how he might redeem her, but that might be the end of her in her dying breath? I don't know. But before we get into all of those speculations, subscribe to this channel, guys. Stay up to date with more Arrow videos just like this, especially in the off season into season 8 over the summer. And of course, like this video if you do go on to enjoy it, as it really does help out the channel, really helps support me, so thank you very much if you go ahead and do that. So let's read out the synopsis for this episode, You Have Failed the City, before we get into the shot-by-shot-esque trailer breakdown. So that goes as follows. The battle between Oliver and Emiko comes to a boiling point, which brings back some familiar faces and leaves others in dire jeopardy. So I'm guessing the familiar faces are, as we see in the trailer, like Laurel Lance comes back, we've got Bronze Tiger coming back, but that is where we can go into speculation central, guys, because of what we know with regards to, for example, Bronze Tiger in the flash forward scenes, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But first of all, everyone, let's actually look at the trailer itself. So I'm not sure if that opening shot with Palmer Technologies there is meant to indicate, like, the obvious that they're going into Palmer Technologies for one reason or another. Team Arrow are probably going after Emiko because she might need something for Palmer Tech to destroy Oliver's legacy, because, you know, what really is Emiko specifically doing here? Like, mega specifically, all we know is that she's, you know, definitely trying to obviously after killing Oliver and Team Arrow, undoing everything in his legacy in terms of the city, and she pretty much succeeds with that, judging by Star City 2040 and the years prior to that, which, you know, gave Vigilantes a bad name. So I'm guessing maybe she needs something. I mean, we do see this one scene in the trailer where Team Arrow is fighting the Ninth Circle, and we do see this logo in the background. Now, I don't think that's Argus, because we don't see, like, the little sideways A, but at the same time, it doesn't look like the Palmer Tech logo as well. So, I mean, it's not massively important, but I'd love to know if you guys have any ideas as to where, like, most of the fight seems to be going down in this episode. It's also hard to make out as well if the fight between Oliver and Emiko is happening in the same building but on, like, another floor in another room, which is probably quite likely, whilst Team Arrow are holding off the Ninth Circle whilst Oliver is desperately trying to redeem Emiko. And that's what a big part of last episode was all about, guys, is that does Oliver, especially after finding out, I mean, well, first of all, he's been trying to redeem her 70,000 times. There's been that speech of, Emiko, please, please, please. And then the whole of last episode, we had basically Tommy, aka Oliver's, you know, subconscious, lecture him about how he still needs to do that, you know, give her a chance, no matter what the risk, right? And I just felt like, you know, hasn't he been doing that all along? But okay. So he's going to keep giving her a chance to redeem herself and come back to the light side of the Force. But the bit I wanted to get onto is when we see the Ninth Circle arrive and we see Team Arrow members arrive, such as Roy, but, well, not a Team Arrow member, Bronze Tiger. So, guys, I think the biggest, most obvious thing to come out of this, and maybe it is CW predictable, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it might not happen and people might want it to happen in Crisis or something, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I think the fact that Bronze Tiger is helping out Team Arrow here will mean that he dies, and yes, that this means means that Connor Hawk in the future, as we know from the future scenes, is raised by Diggle, and we haven't got the explanation as to why, but it's fairly obvious that Bronze Tiger dies in the past and maybe says, Diggle, I want you to raise my son, Connor, and obviously it's not going to go exactly like that, but you know, kind of obvious. Now, how will he die? I don't know. I don't really want it to be from a Ninth Circle member. I think it would be good. I really do think it would be good if Emiko does it, just because that'll be another nail in the coffin for Oliver to try and swallow, in terms of like, I still need to redeem this woman. I still need to redeem her. And she said, oh, she just killed him? I should be really... No, I still got to redeem you. You know, it's going to be kind of like that, maybe. I mean, it could be from a Ninth Circle member. It could be split off from the episode where we see Oliver and Emiko here in that separate room. And it could just be between Diggle, Roy, Laurel, and everyone else fighting the Ninth Circle. And it happens between them. By the way, guys, let me know, how do you think Bronze Tiger is going to die? Just because I think it's very obvious that he's going to. I'll be so surprised if he doesn't. But I guess check back with my review next week in terms of my reaction to that. Essentially, a big part of this trailer just shows the action between the Ninth Circle and Team Arrow, not including Oliver even. So we've got Dinah there, we've got Laurel returning, so I'm guessing she comes back from Earth 2, and the fact that Bronze Tiger gets involved as well. Are we even going to see scenes in this finale where they're like, by the way, we need your help, oh, by the way, get his help? Or are they just going to like turn up and it'll be one of those 2 lines of dialogue where it's just like, yeah, Diggle told me, and you know, blah blah blah, said to come from Earth 2. Is it going to be really that quick? Maybe it will be, because it is the finale and they really need you know, minutes and seconds even for other scenes, rather than giving a whole explanation behind that. But either way, guys, I think fans, you know, let me know down in the comments below if you're mega happy about Roy Harper, Laurel Lance, even though it isn't our Laurel, you know, but the fact she's in the Black Canary costume, guys, which is a big deal. She's wearing that outfit that Felicity gave to her. Now, you may know this if you've been looking into leaks or behind the scenes stuff. You will know that we knew that Laurel Lance from Earth 2 was coming back for the finale in the Black Canary costume. So we've got a real treat this episode if you've been a long time Arrow fan. Yes, even though this is Earth 2 Laurel, it's going to be epic having Roy Harper, Spartan, a Black Canary, but 2 Black Canaries, and Bronze Tiger, which is cool because I really liked his kind of redemptive arc, if you will. But then Vigilantes, right at the end of the trailer, after all that action, we quite literally have Oliver giving and handing a knife to Emiko as she looks at it, saying, kill me, go on, do it. You know, it's basically counting on the fact that she won't. Now, here's speculation mode. This is right from the top of my head. Just looking at this scene, I really don't know where they're going to go with this. And I guess that is a good thing, because I'm going to say a couple of things. She either takes the knife, and then she doesn't go through with it. She's about to, but then she's like, oh, blah, 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 like, the, you know, cries, and then, you know, but really, episode over? I mean, sure, it's not going to be mega over because she's already done enough damage that Oliver and everyone's going to have to go on the run now. The SCPD thought that they massacred the SCPD. And Emiko, no matter what, as I just said, if she goes back to the good side, like, that's just like episode over. Like, they're on the run. Felicity needs to give birth eventually in the cabin. Emiko, I guess, is going to be on the naughty step. Like, that's just not going to happen. So option number 2, she stabs him, but we know Oliver's going to be fine, and it's just going to be like a sad moment or something where she carries on with her absolutely messed up head, you know, unfortunate messed up head because of her upbringing and you know, Emiko's story. But we know Oliver's going to be fine because we know he's there in terms of the cabin Mia birth. So even that would be okay, but Emiko's still alive there, and, you know, I don't really know what conclusion to draw out of that, apart from by the way, every outcome here ends with Vigilantes on the run, because, as I just said, the SCPD thinks that they're a bunch of massacring criminals. So, the only end that I can think of, you know, maybe I'm really not thinking broad enough here, which is why I really want you guys to contribute, even comment now as you're listening to me. The only other one is that Emiko does die, because she doesn't give up, and it's very sad. Do you know what I mean? She might just keep punching and punching and punching until she inadvertently dies, or Oliver has to do it. But I don't think they would have spent the whole time last episode setting up Tommy's, like, or Oliver's own conscience saying, you know, we have to, no matter what the cost, no matter what the risk, forgive it. Which is why they showed the scene in the trailer where he's literally like, here, take the knife, kill me. So bottom line, guys, we know that Oliver's surviving. No matter what, he's going to be there for Mia's birth. We know he's probably going to die in Crisis on Infinite Earths. All of that, yada, 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 doesn't really matter because we know that he's alive. We don't know what's going on with Emiko. We don't know where the heck she's at in the future, but that doesn't necessarily mean much because you know, people like Earth 2's Laurel just appeared out of nowhere and we didn't really see from her, so Emiko could be alive. Other things to consider in this finale episode is that future Felicity might die, because Emily Bett is leaving the show. You would have to think we're still going to get future scenes next season, so maybe in the flash forward scenes this episode, if we do get them, which I know we had them this episode, but this is the finale, so you would have to think we'd get some kind of flash forward scenes, especially with the way they left it with the Galaxy 1 troopers, you know, basically catching future Team Arrow, if you will. So yeah, maybe Felicity might die in that one way or another. Fairly predictable. So these are my predictions. Felicity dies, Bronze Tiger dies, and the only thing really left to consider here is, you know, apart from what happens with Roy, maybe he runs off to the island after everyone goes their separate ways, which is kind of predictable in this episode, because as we've already been over 1,000 times, it's not going to end well for Star City and the Vigilantes here, as they think they've been massacring people. So the only wild card here is Emiko and what happens in this moment, and the fact that I keep guessing here, unless when I'm editing this I feel really stupid that I didn't mention another thing. It's a very good thing that they've set up here if you can't really figure out what's going to happen, because I've already listed every outcome that I could conceive right now. But yeah, guys, I would love to know your thoughts, because I've been going on for way too long now. I obviously can't crack this in this video, which is a very good thing at the same time, because I want to be surprised in this episode. I'm dying to know what happens in this moment between Oliver and Emiko, but some of it is very predictable in terms of Bronze Tiger dying, probably, Felicity in the flash forwards dying, probably, Vigilantes going on the run from Star City from here on out, very likely, which sets up an awesome season 8, by the way. I love the idea of you know, present day Vigilantes on the run, absolutely outlawed. That sounds amazing. But anyway, guys, like this video if you did enjoy it. Of course, I'd love it if you would check out my review if you missed it, by the way, for episode 21, the penultimate episode of season 7. Other links are in the description down below to my social media if you want to follow me on Twitter and everything like that. I encourage you to join my Discord server if you want to talk about Arrow with me directly. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Vigilantes in the next video. Goodbye.